Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Natasha Makes. How are you all? So you will notice an absence of sewing machine this morning. Yeah, it's not me, don't worry. I'm not about to do stuff with this. I've got Paula here from, well, I found Paula completely by accident when I wanted to find, you know, when we first did Christmas, and we bought you the likes of the sewable moss, which I've got back in stock, by the way. Yeah, I found Paula then. And every time she's got new Christmassy stuff in, I've had a little call. And so I said, well, why don't you come and do a wreath along, which is what we're doing this morning. So those of you who have already bought your wreaths, you should have them. Get them out. Probably like this. I don't know. It's not me that's doing it. Like this, Paula? Yeah, all over
just put it out.
Yeah, whip it out. You'll be fine.
Maybe put a piece of newspaper down. It's going to get a bit messy.
Okay, yeah, we didn't think about that. It's fine. I've got a good hoover. It's all good. So you'll be ready to wreath along. If, like me, you've never done a wreath that's withstood, well, like more than just looking at, then I'm really intrigued, because the last wreath I tried to make, I had the great idea of making it with holly, and my hands took weeks.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was a really bad idea. So go me. So we've got Valerie with us, and Kaz, good morning, and Claire, hello, and Heather and Anne as well, and Eileen and Natalie, good morning, and Jackie, everyone's joining us, good morning, and Anne and Barbara, hello. Jacqueline says, wishing you a very Christmassy wreath making morning. Well, yes, thank you very much. Before we do this though, I did get some more, you know, Christmassy fabrics, because you asked. See how I pass that blame back over to you. And do you remember we made, and it's a good job we made this actually, because it's the only chocolate coins the kids don't know about. It's like my secret stash. Do you remember we made this, the Christmas tree? Let me go here. Do you remember we made this? Ba, 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 ba. And you put it all together. It's the cartonnage. And we did it with this gorgeous, gorgeous fabric from Moda. It's the glittery one. It's the frosty one. And we made it out of this. And it just sold out on the show. You guys went nuts for it. And I can understand, because it's blooming lovely. So I found you some more. And then you'd also asked if I could get you some Moda, you know. So that was a hardship, having to get that. I've got you some beautiful Moda grunge. Oh, it's gorgeous. So I'm going to just see if I eke that on there. Ha ha! Here it is. Oh, it helps if I actually change that for you guys. There we go. So it's all glittery. We've got this. This is called Forest Frost. They don't really give it a name. They give it a number. That's really boring. So I've called it imaginatively. Come on, Paula, what would you call that?
Oh, snowflake glitter.
Snowflakes. Yes. yes. Woman after my own heart. Call it. Say what you see.
Really sparkly from over here.
It's really sparkly. It's really beautiful. But look at this. Jane and I were trying to say, is this what they? It's a bit like those that they call. Is it where they have like the village scenes on, like you see on pottery.
Oh.
And stuff like that. Yeah, no, we didn't know either.
No.
Good. But this has got whole villages on. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it beautiful? So we've got that. We've got that in a light blue and a dark blue. What's Myra saying? Great getting away from constant Black Friday emails. They're relentless. Oh yeah, no, we're not doing any of that. But you do still have £5 off when you spend £50. And there are a few little bits and bobs that I'll just tell you about. But yeah, you know me. We give you the best prices all year. Ha ha! Now, this one. Oh, I think I called this one the denim. And this is the... It's not, you know, the one that we did the Christmas tree out of is even just a little bit lighter.
It's gorgeous.
Isn't it beautiful?
It makes me want to go Starry Nights.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's really, really, really nice.
It's just, oh, just gorgeous. So I'm thinking, you know, gift boxes and things like oh, sparkly poinsettia. It's about the only Christmas foliage that I know.
No, you got it good. It's,
Yeah.
that's the one.
That's the one. And you'd think they just come in red, but Paula has opened my eyes to the fact they come in pink.
White.
Yeah, all these things. All these things. I've called this one Holly. I mean, I've gone all out on the names. All out on the names. And again, so these are all on the website by the half metre. We will pre-cut them for you. So they're all going to be in half metre lengths. There we go. Look at that. So that's a really dark, proper nighttime sky, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm a tree girl. You'll see why.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, that's a good job, isn't it, given what you do? And then here we have this. Oh yeah. So if you, this is the darker version of the light one that I showed you earlier. I am loving it. Elizabeth, it's your birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, I hope you have a good one. Thank you for joining us. Oh, and this is the grunge, Moda grunge, but sparkly. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm good to you, right? And then, what about this one? Again, Moda grunge, ridiculously gorgeous. This is espresso. Woo! Karen's noticed that the studio's had a little change around. Yeah, it's changed again, Karen. That's what I've been doing. That's why I didn't manage to return your call, because I've been a bit busy. And then this one is Burgundy. So this is your Moda grunge basic background with these. So you've got that distressed look, but then you've got the gold on there. I think these are gorgeous, and they're going to make just lovely alternative Christmas fabrics, I thought, or just all year round, you know. There is your, that's, I can't, onyx?
Yeah.
Onyx?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Is that a word?
Yeah, we'll just go with it.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Thank you, but goodness, you're here. I've no idea. Yeah, this is, they called this blue spot. I would argue that that's more duck egg, but that's actually what they called it, so I kind of felt like I had to go with that. Hee. And then, oh, look at this one. This is peacock. Yes, isn't it? And again, these are all by the half metre. If I get any left by Thursday, and I'm not thinking that I will, but if there are any left over by Thursday, I'll see if I can half metre heaven them. But I don't know. I'm quite limited on some of these. So just, if you see them, grab them. I mean, dark jade, yes. I might have to have a little smarf out of that one. Oh, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Be
real good.
really nice. And then what about this olivey colour? Ho ho! Did you know they did stars? So I did a walk around remotely on FaceTime with my supplier, and there was just, I didn't know that there was a whole row, because normally we just go straight to Cave, not gonna lie, but there was a whole bit that I'd never been down. I'm like, whoa, you have sparkly Moda fabrics and you've never showed me. So clearly I put that right immediately, as you can see. So if the other one is dark jade, you see, look, these are just going to work beautifully together. You could ombre these, be rude not to, wouldn't it? Oh, I mean, yeah.
Gorgeous contrast.
Yeah, right. And I actually quite like the green with it, because it has got some of those tones in there. Love it. But then you see, yeah. So you can mix and match as many as you like, because they're just up by the half metre. And then that one there. We're nearly there, Paula. There we go. And then your beautiful red. So there you go, guys. That is, oh no, hang on, one more. I lied. Purple. Oh, I kind of want the kids to do something at school that means that Freddie has to be a wise man, and I can make a lot out of this.
Oh, my mind's going round and round. What can I do? What can I do?
What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Yeah, I mean, obviously I managed to get these in the year that there will be nothing like that at all. But that's okay. We'll just save it for next year. Pop it in your stash and save it. So they are all on the website. Emma Blesser's busy loaded them this morning. What are you saying? Oh, hello, Janice. And Jackie, hello. And Barbara and Kevin. And Anna Sewing Night is watching as well. I've still got your Moda Sorry, I've still got it. I must remember to do that. Alison and Tracy and Carol as well. And Anne, good morning. Good morning, good morning, everyone. Oh, would look great for the star cushions. Yeah, I couldn't, the star had to stay there. By the way, did you all notice that the fabrics for those, you know, I said I'd get you the deep starry, sapphire blue glittery one for the back of your, the blue one. That's up on the website. And so is the grey, the red gold and the green gold for the backing fabrics. We managed to get them and we managed to put them up on the website. So if you have got the star cushion on its way, but you want to make that go as far as you want, or you want to do the table runner, then just grab yourself, we'll cut it to the length. So if you wanted like a metre or whatever, then we'll cut that. That's no problem at all. Alrighty. Are the cat panels sold out already, Anne? Oh, you do love your cats, don't you? Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realise. Is this adding insult to injury that Jane actually made some cushions out of them? Well done if you managed to get those. But look, don't fret, because I have got the most gorgeous Lewis and Irene fabrics tomorrow. Brand new collection from Lewis and Irene. And what else have I got for you tomorrow? We'll have Tilda scrap bags for you. So don't worry. Paula, I'm going to hand over to you because it'd be a right old mess if I did this.
Okay.
Enjoy. Yeah. Everyone, it's Paula.
Hi. Do you know what? It's really nice to be here today and actually be out the shop for a change, doing something. Well,
you've turned your phone off.
I know. My phone being off is just a blessing in disguise. I've said, right, everybody, don't call me. Right,
busy.
You should all have had a lovely bag of goodies. So you've got your blue spruce, you've got some conifer, and you've got moss. This probably is a bit messy, so whether or not you've got stuff covered over the table, or like Natasha said, a nice good hoover, because you might need it. You will have a ring.
Nice.
Okay. These are essential, by the way. You can't do this unless you've got a nice base of a ring.
But it's all come, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's all in the kit.
So it all should be with you.
Nice.
If it isn't, don't blame me. It will be my staff.
Who now can't ring you to say
yeah, and I told
us.
them the phone is off, don't call me. And you'll have a little bag of goodies, so there's lots of things in here to add to it, but we're going to come to all that after we've started on the base of things, because before we've done that, we can't add this. So, in the bag, actually, you will have a bit of string. Now, this is important if you want to hang it on your door. If you don't want to hang it on your door and you want to take it somewhere you're going to place it, whether it's on a loved one's grave or anything like that, then you won't need to put it on. But if you want to hang it on the door, then we need this, because trying to add it at the end will be a little bit tricky.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about graves. That's quite poignant.
Yeah.
I was going to put it on my table.
Okay, you can do that with a nice big candle in the middle.
That's exactly where I was
anything
going
you want
with
to do with it. So if you're going to use it for anything else other than hanging on your door, you won't need this string.
So we've just realised that we're about the same age, which means that you must have grown up with Blue Peter and the Advent candles.
I haven't got any. Here's what I made earlier with me today.
No, what you have.
What I have,
there.
we want it to look like that at the end of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is one of those things that I'd stick a few candles in and have it as the Advent and have it as an Advent ring on the table.
Yeah. Some people have an Advent wreath with the 4 candles. They'll, light one. Is it every Sunday or something?
Yeah, for the 4 Sundays before Christmas. Yeah.
Generally, what a lot of ladies do is it'll be like in an Oasis ring where they'll have little candle holders. Yeah. So if you've got good support underneath, please use some sort of kind of candle thing. But you can have them just sort of inside your ring. So that's
I'm going to use the little faux ones that I might have.
What Ali do
from you?
let's not have any fires here.
I've got children. They poke things.
Yes, they do. I often know when they come into my shop. There's lots of finger holes in all the Oasis.
Not mine.
Yeah.
Not mine.
So I'm running around after all of them saying, please get control of your children. Right. So, get your string like this. Tie it with a little knot on the end. Stop it coming undone.
We've had a great. Is this real foliage? It's all real. It's all real.
Yeah, fresh.
And you guys all cut this and stuffed it in boxes and.
Well, we have a lot of it imported from Holland, so it comes directly from the suppliers over there. I don't have a middleman. I literally buy off the auction. It comes straight to my shop, so it's all super fresh.
Hang on, do you get to do the auctions? Do you go online?
I go online, and I get to choose things, and I have to be really careful because I just want to put 10 of everything in my trolley, and I say, calm down, Paula, there's always next week. But
what if there isn't?
Oh,
what if
I
there
know,
isn't?
that
What
is
if
a
it's
worry
not
all the
there?
time. Well, I had a pallet of spruce, 100 bundles of it, literally to the ceiling last week, and I was literally up on top of the ladder, just hoping it didn't come down with me. So yeah, and that was me panic buying, but it's nearly gone.
There you
Yeah,
go.
people are crazy for it. I mean, this is gorgeous. It's so nice.
But it's knowing
so
the
Christmassy.
good quality stuff to get,
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely. Yeah.
Now, we can't put that near Gemma because she's allergic,
Mhm.
so she's just not going to be
Yeah.
near us today.
Okay.
It's fine.
We
We'll
can-
keep her in the other room. It's fine. Right, so once we've made a knot in it, what do we do with it?
Yep. So it's nice and tight because we don't want it coming undone. So literally get your ring and pop it through there, your loop, and then we're going to do. Here, watch me get it wrong now. That's it. Through there, like that. So it's on like this. You won't see the scruffy bit there that's hanging there because we're going to cover it in moss. So once that is on, and it's nice and tight and secure, because remember it's got to hang on your door, and it will be a little bit weighty once it's done and all this is on. So we want it nice and strong. So once that's on, you should all have a lovely bind wire. It might be in a hole there, so you might want to pop it out.
And everyone's got a whole thing of this.
Yeah, you've all got a reel, so you will have some spare at the end.
So what else do we need then? Because we don't want to go at this with kitchen scissors, do we?
Actually, you may just need a little pair of scissors like this, just to maybe cut some of your foliage down. They're not really thick stems,
Okay.
so if you do need to grab a pair of scissors, it might be helpful.
Is there anything else we need?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much everything. I mean, I've brought a little pair of these with me because sometimes they're handy just to pull wires through, but you
Because
can
you
use your
can.
fingers. Yeah, I have all the kit, you know. You don't get nice nails in this job. So if I can just prolong them a little bit longer life out of them, I try and have a few things. I brought a knife with me. Don't know why. It's just all part of the kit. Florist has always got to have a knife with her. Not for any reasons.
You didn't know where you were coming, did you?
I do panic if I ever get pulled over by the police and I've got a knife in my bag. I was like, no, I'm a florist, honestly.
Do you need should it be a retractable one? I don't know. Does that make it okay?
No, I don't know. Don't know.
Do you know? I have absolutely no idea.
Well, when I get pulled over and they check my bag for anything, I'll let you know what the outcome
yeah,
is.
just ask. It's all right. Yeah.
So,
Oh my goodness, Pam's had a 35-minute queue at the toy store for Christmas prezzies.
oh, my daughter did it the weekend as well. Crazy. We've all gone mad for it.
Oh.
So, you bind wire. We don't want to keep this too long out now, because if you've got too much wire out, it makes it really difficult to be able to use.
Okay.
So let's try and keep it sort of like that, not too far out, because
So sort of.
you don't want it all entangling on you. You know what it's like when the roll of wool goes and all the cotton and it's there. You just can't work with it.
Yeah.
So literally where you've put your string on, we're just going to take it round the wire, because it's important that this is attached to the wire ring.
Right. Okay.
And we're literally, you can let it out a little bit, because I always like to put it down like that, and then literally twist it then so it's on there. Instead of trying to twist it round bit by bit with your finger,
So
it's easy.
twist the ring.
Yeah. It just makes it
why have we
easier,
never
because people
thought
are
of
going
that?
like this with it, and it's
Yeah.
not. If you twist the ring and you've got that nice and tight, you'll get that nice strong wrap around them with the wire.
Nice.
Okay. Important thing all the time is with your bind wire, trying to keep it tight. We don't want to put things on the ring and things start falling off because it's really loose and baggy. You know, when you put them trousers on that are too big for you and you're hotching it up out of belt, it's pretty much the same.
I've got lockdown lard. There ain't no baggy trousers.
Do you know what I've heard of though, which is really funny, is I've gained a corona stone. I'm going to go with that one, because
It's
I
happened to the
literally
best
feel
of
like
us.
I know.
Yeah.
We'll get over
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We'll get over it.
It'll
We'll
be
get
fine.
there. Summer will come. We'll be back on salad. Right. So
You say that.
moss. Okay. So you should have enough moss. I'm hoping you've got plenty. It should do the whole ring. You may even have a little bit extra. So we're going to take a piece of moss like this, and then where you've done your point with your string and your bind wire, because we want to be close to it, we're going to take some and we're going to wrap it around the wreath ring, make it like a sausage, try and keep it a little bit compact, so clump it all together like this.
There you go.
And
I've
we're
given you a close-up and everything.
Yeah, so we're going to, see if I get that on there, yeah. So we're going to literally just wrap it around like that. So keeping your bind wire now quite near to, got an angle there, near to the actual ring. So again, like I said, unless we've got big super long arms and we can get round, it's going to be really difficult. So we're going to take it over the moss like this, and we're going to wrap it around through the back. And I was trying to keep it like that in between two fingers, like that, so the wire's there. It just makes it easier then to manoeuvre it. And then we're going to take it back round again, and keeping it all in. You
That's
can
so clever.
you can pull off the straggly bits at the end if you want to tidy it up, but we'll get to that bit.
I would say mine would be more rustic.
Yeah. Do you know what though? That's what I love about these, because they can just be anything, you know? You can incorporate lots of other foliages.
Aw.
You can go foraging, grab some holly if you want to rip your hands to bits. But lots of people use things and they might want to
I don't know what you imply by that.
I'd stay away from holly wreaths. They're so
Don't
cheap
blame
to
you.
buy sometimes. I just think, no,
Yeah.
let somebody else deal with that.
No, see, my friend Michelle, who also went foraging for holly with me around the fields, I can't remember if Emily was born or not. Michelle, was Emily born? I can't remember. She'll be watching. And we we absolutely ripped our hands to bits.
Yeah,
Knowing that we
it's
had
a
the
killer.
horses following us everywhere,
Oh,
trying to help. It was muddy, it was wet, it was horrible. Stephanie says all the all-season girls are watching and they're proud of you.
Aww.
So even though
Hi,
they
girls.
can't phone you,
yes.
they're still getting hold of you somehow.
Yeah, they'll be sending you messages now. They know Natalie, Natasha. I keep calling you Natalie. I don't know why. I did
That's
that last
all right.
week. You remind me of a lady that comes in called her, but no, it begins with N. So
I've been called far worse. And when I sign on my computer, it always auto changes my name. So
Yeah.
I either end up signing off as trash or
Yeah.
rash.
I don't.
Like,
The girls
oh.
at work, they call me Pauline, and they think it's hilarious. They try to tell you, just call her Pauline, because they think it's so funny.
Yeah, I did
So
have to
if you-
double check. I was like, I couldn't remember if it was Paula or Pauline. Because it's one of those things, isn't it? Like normally I'm Eric's mum because people see me out with a dog. And then it gets to the stage where you met someone
right.
that many times and it's just like, oh, it's a bit embarrassing to re-ask the name. Susan says it's really nice to see real material.
Oh, no,
Her
it's
father
lovely.
used to make
Your hands
one
are-
and put berries in it.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
She said it used to stay up all winter. Is this going to last?
This should last all over Christmas now. The foliage is really
nice.
fresh. So if you really wanted to, you could go and forage some of the stuff and add it in if you want to. When I show you how to wire it, you'll be able to see that you could perhaps just put some wire around and shove it in places and floof it up. That's one of my words. I said, just make it floofy.
Floof and shove. This is looking like my kind of wreath.
So if you run out of moss on that little bit, just grab another section and literally just do the same again. Add it on. You're never going to know that you've added it on. So it doesn't come in strips. It literally comes in bags. So go back round.
So who's actually making whilst we make, or are you all watching and then going to do it later? That's what we need to know. We have added some of these, by the way, onto the website. So if you want to watch and go, oh, actually, I quite wish I'd bought one now. They're there. Morning, Jan. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Michelle said yes, baby Emily was here, but tiny. Yeah, I kind of remember having her in a papoose. All is good. All is good. Morning, Shirley. Morning,
So it
Wendy.
should now start. You shouldn't really see the wire around the back because you've been clumping it round like that. So if it is at the back, don't worry about it if it's going on your door too much. You know, you're not going to see that bit
Does
so
there
much.
need to be a front or a back?
Will
at
be when
this
we
point?
dress it. No,
Yeah.
no, front or back at this point. Your front's probably going to be the one that's facing you.
Okay.
Because you're going to work with that. So you're going on what you can see at the front right now. So you might turn around and go, oh dear, I can see all the ring. Don't stress about it too much. If you really want to unwind it all and go back, and do it and go around again, it's entirely up to you.
Okay.
But there should be enough moss. It doesn't have to be really thick. It just keeps everything moist, you see. So you can spritz it and re-wet it, and it keeps all the foliage fresh. That's what the moss is about, covering the ring up, and it's nice and moist to keep that. So you can spritz it around the back and give your wreath, once it's done, with water. Just give it a little spray over.
So I should have given that one a little spritz.
Well, it still looks fresh to me. So, it's in the atmosphere in here isn't too warm. So, and it's going to be
That's
outside
the
on your door.
understatement of the century. It's freezing in here.
I'm good. I'll have about 50 layers on as per, in case of having to. So again, we're going to grab some more.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Michelle's making and watching. Good, good, good. Heather's watching. She's going to make hers later.
Okay.
And another Michelle, with 2 L's, not one, says, I'm watching and making as well.
Oh,
this is
good.
good. Well done.
Yeah. Sometimes it is better that way because then you can sort of, if you're online, you can speak to them, go, whoa, hold on, what did the lady say? What did you do? Right, so we're going round again.
So
Going
sausage your moss, stuff it in and wrap it round.
Yeah.
Good
So just keep your with the hand, whatever one, I don't know if you're left or right-handed, but use the other one to sort of group it together, sort of pinch
I'm going
it.
to make this with Freddie tonight. He's going to have a lovely time. he's put up the Christmas tree, is what he keeps telling me.
I haven't done anything Christmassy in the house. I'm just get too busy. If I'm lucky if I get it up 2 weeks before Christmas.
Well, I think there are certain industries where people just don't get the chance. One of the guys that I work with over at Hochanda, he normally does panto all season.
Oh, right.
And so he gets Christmas Day off.
Oh,
that's
lovely.
it.
I
And
get
then
Christmas Day off. I get Boxing Day. But I'm still usually, mine's ticking, 100 mile an hour. Oh, what have I got to do for work tomorrow? Well, I'm basting my turkey. Doesn't stop.
This is the thing then. Do your Christmas dinners look as good? Do you decorate your plate like you decorate your flowers?
Well, I've got a big household. I mean, I've obviously got 4 children. They all come. They all bring their boyfriends. I've got a granddaughter, so she'll be with us. My partner. People tend to...
And he's got family too, hasn't he? So
yeah, but they won't... They usually have dinner with their mum, so
does that mean that Boxing Day then becomes...
Every day's hectic in my house, Natasha. Honestly, even when it's not Christmas, it is like...
That's why you fit so well here.
Well, my kids' friends are always like, oh, we love your mom, we're going to come round. Do you know what I mean? They sit and they turn up sometimes and my daughters are still out and they're like, they'll have a cup of tea with me. They'll ask me, tea? You know, they'll go in the kitchen. They'll just make themselves at home. That's pretty much how my household works.
But I would far rather that. Stephen and I have always said that our house should be somewhere that everyone feels it's okay to come, and the kids' friends.
It. Perfect. Yeah, and that's exactly how mine's been. But I am from one of 7.
What?
So, yes, I'm from one of 7. So my house has always been a madhouse from as long as I can remember.
Okay.
So, and that's how I like it. So everybody just say to me, like my sisters sometimes are a bit envious because I've got 4 daughters, you know, and they've always got like just one child or a boy and a girl, and they're like, oh, because they've been so used to I'm one of 5 girls and 2 boys.
Oh my goodness.
So my mum's always kind of had us around, and growing up in that family, it's just always been really lovely.
Oh wow! Now
Right,
Penny
guys.
says, well, it's not Penny. Hello, I'm Penny's husband. He's taken over a Facebook account, and he says, I'm a retired florist, watching and remembering making hundreds of wreaths for Christmas. How lovely! But thank goodness, no more.
Oh, do you know what? I'm looking forward to that day. Honestly. Right, so you might have straggly little bits here and there, so you can pull them up, but you can leave them if, like you said, Natasha, rustic.
Yeah,
it's fine. So when we get to the end now, we're going to literally pull it out like this so it's a little bit longer. You might want to grab some kind of towel or something to sort of dry your hands off. In my case, we just do that.
The moss feels a bit, it's got a feel to it, hasn't it, the moss?
Yeah, it's that when your hands are slippy with wire, it can be a bit tricky. So you should now be at your string.
Oh,
and
nice.
This bit now.
Yeah.
It's got to go through the wire ring to make sure that it's tied off properly. If you just go through the moss and you pull, you're just going to create a knot outside the ring. So we're literally just going to push that wire back through the middle of the ring, and then we're going to loop it then through a hole here. And this is where I say when your hands get a bit slippery.
Oh, that's why you've got
it. Yeah, that's why I got those. And we
So
pull.
if I've got...
So that's now nice and tight. But we're going to go through it again, you know, just to make sure it's doubly secure. So we're going to do one of them loops.
If I've got jewellery pliers...
Yeah, they work as well.
Whip them out now and get... Okay, good.
They all work really good, as long as it's got that end on where you can literally just pull things out and through. So there's probably a name for this in sewing, which you probably know, Natasha. When you take a hole like that and you take it through the hole there, what do they call that stitch?
I call it a knot. It's just a knot.
I know there's
Just
a certain
knot it
name
off.
for that, and I can't think for the life of me. I should have googled it before.
Someone will know. Someone will
Yeah,
know. There'll be
literally.
someone.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with the camping. You know, when they tie the knots and the rope and stuff like that. Maybe it's not
Are
sewing.
you just like a...
I'm going to grab it again and pull it through, so it's really nice and tight.
Oh, what were they? Boy Scout? Are you
Yes.
just like a Boy Scout? A secret Boy Scout with all the
Girl
knots?
Guides.
Oh, Girl Guides, that's it, yeah.
My kids went, but I didn't.
I left the brownies because
Did
they
you?
wouldn't let me do the maypole dancing. They made me do the boring country dancing.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to play with the ribbons, so I left in a huff.
So you will need now a pair of scissors
Right.
to cut your wire,
Okay.
because we don't want that bit. If there's too much wire, it can just kind of get a bit complicated. And literally just bend it round then and just tuck it back into your ring. Then we have a mossed ring. Like I said, you can just pull these bits off.
Actually, it looks rather lovely just as it is.
I know. It is. I love earthy, mossy trees and all that sort of stuff. You can pull it off, but it doesn't matter. You're not really going to see it once the foliage is on. So we're going to move all
blanket
these.
stitch, says Elizabeth. Yes, I guess
that's
it is.
I knew there was a word.
Yeah.
See, maybe I should go into sewing as well.
Well, maybe you should. I mean, you seem to know more about it than me this
If I
morning.
had time, Natasha, I would love to sew. Love to sew.
I'll be frisking you for
My
the fabrics I
granddaughter's-
showed you this morning.
My granddaughter's pushchair was ripped. You know, the bit you hook it on all day yesterday. Nana, can you sew this? And I'm like, yes, I will. I'm looking at it thinking, Christ.
When's that going to happen?
Yep. So by now we should have a mossed ring. If I've been super quick for you and you need to look back, I'm sure you can watch again and go back to it. Some people will just sit there and say, oh, I give up. I'm just going to watch now and I'll do it later when I can pause the video step by step. Yeah, it's great because sometimes it's quite relaxing just watching. And I think sometimes you learn when you watch more than doing it alongside. And then if you've got some footage that you can look back on and then you can just do it in your own time, your own pace.
This will always be on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's always going to be there, and it'll also be on our Facebook page, and it'll always be on our website. So you've got multiple places to find it again and watch it again.
Lovely.
Which is great.
Yeah, good. So you'll need your bine wire back.
Oh, okay.
We've done
with that.
Because we're now going to add the foliage. So again, same thing. We're just going to push it back through the wreath, through the middle, so we know it's caught the ring. You'll feel it come through the other side. Again, we're going to do a blanket stitch.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, get you with the lingo.
So literally, in fact, actually, probably better not to do a blanket stitch at this point. We're just going to do the old twisty thing again. We'll twist.
This is perfect. Twisting underneath. I would have been that person trying to twiddle it around with my fingers.
And it's so
really
easy
annoyed.
because it automatically will spiral around that wire, and it will stop it from being tricky. So that little bit that's sticking out, don't worry about that too much. We can tuck it in at the end if it's sticking out.
The thing is, you don't see the wire.
No, you don't see any of it.
So well.
So again, don't keep it too long. Roll it in because we don't want to go too far away from the ring. So you'll have your compressor, conifer, whatever you want to call it, and then we'll have.
Has it got posh names?
Probably, but going way back all them years when you learnt all them names, I just stick to what I know and what most people will know it as. Yes, because you start going Latin names, then it just all becomes too complicated. Yeah. It's like speaking in, I would say, doctor terms when they come out with all these long names. So yeah, let's just stick to the basics. When
my brother was 3, he could name all the flowers in the garden with their Latin names.
Wow!
But he didn't know it was Latin. He was just learning words.
Oh.
Because, you know, it's the same as a kid learning to say triceratops, isn't it? They don't know it's a big word. They just want to learn it. So he knew all of, and everyone thought he was amazing. He is amazing. Sorry, Matt, not detracting. And he has gone on to be a linguist, actually. But just because they were the names that my mum gave him. So he didn't know any different.
Oh, lovely, though.
But I don't think he remembers any of them now.
Probably not. But it's just something completely away from the garden now.
But his son is nuts about gardening too.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, really nice.
It's always good to know. I'm a rubbish garden person, but cut flowers, I'm your gal.
That's the one.
So we're going to put a bit of this. If you are planning on doing it later and you really want it, you've got a beautiful eucalyptus tree in the garden or holly or anything like that, you know, get out there, snip it all.
Okay.
You know, you can put in as much as you want. We're just doing what we've got there, but it's still enough and it's still, you know, looks all lovely and Christmassy.
I'm going to spritz that later. Is it? But you've got dried oranges in there. Is that just spritz it from the back?
To be honest, if you don't go mad with it, if you get a bit on the orange, it's going to be fine. It will just dry. But yeah, try and probably steer a little bit away from the orange. Spritz it round the back. Get the moss on the back nice and moist.
I'll do that.
Okay, so some of these bits might be a bit long. So if they're a bit long, we need to probably cut them down a little bit. So you do need a pair of scissors. So we're going to make it into sections. I have tried to keep it short so it's not too complex for everybody. Like this bit here. You could probably get a couple of bits out of it to take that bit off the back. So we're going to get some of the conifer, cut some of that down. Little bits like this is good. Where are we?
Oh.
Yeah.
hang on. Let's go close. There we are.
Right, little
Let's
bits like this.
There.
Off the end. It's always good. So we'll cut these all off here. We had a lovely review as well to say that the instructions that I sent on another video were really easy to follow. So I'm hoping, and that was from somebody that's never made one before. So So I'm hoping
Well, that's
this
the
is...
joy of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, just to let everybody know, we will next week be bringing you some brand new scissors. It's just you watching you snip there. From an amazing company called Slice, and they're all ceramic,
Nice.
which means they will not rust, which is just incredible. And they do seam rippers and all sorts of stuff. So I'm very excited. I saw them and absolutely love their stuff. So yeah, that is winging its way to me today. I'm going to give it the full treatment, try them all, and they'll be on next week. So do stay tuned for that, because I was really, really impressed with those. Because I don't know about you, kitchen scissors always rust on me because I put them in the dishwasher.
Trying to find a pair of scissors that don't rust.
Yeah, well these ones won't.
Yeah.
They'll be fantastic.
We have to sharpen ours sometimes. Or, like the girls, will just go and get another pair.
Yeah, but that gets expensive, doesn't it?
I know, I
If
know.
you can get
Can we have
ones
another pair of scissors?
Yeah.
Nope, go and sharpen them. Right, so, lots of small bits now. Should be good. Let's have a bit off that. Right, so we're going to cluster these now. So back to where you're attached on the ring. Nice and short. We're going to literally just do a bit of that, a bit of this, mix it in.
So like mini bouquets?
Yeah, you don't need an awful lot though, because we want to spread it round. We want to make sure it goes round nice and evenly, so we've got enough as well. Like I said, if you want to forage and get some and make it really quite heavy and different other foliages on there, you can. So we're going to make it into a little bit of a splayed look. So we don't want it really tighten up right like that. We want to get it at the side of the ring so it covers the inner part, and we want to take it to the outer part as well. So we're going to take it to where your ring is, the end of the cluster, and then we're going to take it over where you've done it. So it should come over that bit there. So we want to get those end bits. We're not going to see them because the next layer will go on top of that to cover it.
So you work,
Yeah.
That is very clever.
So they're nice and tight, keeping it nice and tight all the time, because like I said, we'll have bits dropping out all over the place if we don't keep that tight. Once it's tight and you've pulled it, because it's wire, you should be able to put your bind wire down then into the middle.
Right, okay.
And again, we're going to do the same again, get a little bit of conifer, a little bit of spruce.
This is very good. Karen says she's loving the demo. She normally attends a wreath making class locally, but obviously not this year. That was what set us up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was the whole conversation.
So we took that over that stem just a little bit, not too far over onto it, just enough to cover the stem on your next bit. And then we're going to take it back over in, pull it nice and tight, because that's what's going to keep it all together. So already you can see that it's kind of coming on the inner of the ring. You can see there. And it's covering around the outer part of it.
Oh,
So
nice.
keeping it tight again. Another cluster. I should have done a blue Peter. Here's the one we made earlier with just the sunlight.
No, but this
There'd
is
be
great.
no fun in it. There'd be no fun in it.
No, and also, I don't know, I kind of feel like that's a cheat.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Sarah's watching whilst waiting for the imminent arrival of a second grandchild.
Oh, lovely.
How exciting. How exciting.
So again, just covering that end bit, keeping that bind wire tight at all times. It's really important.
But it's okay to just lay it in the middle.
You can once you've pulled it tight.
Okay.
Because then when you're going to go over the next part, you're going to pull it tighter again and take it over. Well, I've got mine now. It's just sitting. I'm holding that a bit, obviously, because I don't want it all to drop out. But yeah, it should be fine. Again, another little cluster.
And is there, do you do things in sort of threes or anything like that when you cluster?
They're all going to be different kind of sizes on the pieces of materials that you've got. So as long as it kind of looks a little bit like this.
Hang on, let's show that. Let's go close on that. Go on, drop it down.
Down a bit. So we're going to go a little bit like that. So as long as we've kind of got that kind of look through it.
Nice.
And again, we're going to take it to the edge just of the stem there. And it's kind of splayed again, a little bit towards you, a little bit to the outer.
Nice.
It's going to work. And again, back round.
Michelle, this was not how we made our wreaths, was it? We basically got some Oasis and just jabbed a bit of...
Yeah, you can do it on an Oasis ring, but I prefer it this way.
I'm going to do it like this.
It's a bit
Well, I'm
more-
going to do it this because I've got my kit, haven't I, to do.
You have. It's all ready for you. I can't wait to see the pictures. You'll be ringing me, Paula, help.
How do I do this?
No, because you're going to look back at this lovely video and go, oh, I don't need that help.
I'm going to do it. Fred's, he's going to do it. Yeah, Claire says that she's enjoying this. She's always wondered how these wreaths were made. Yeah, she's having one of those, oh, that's how it's done moments. They are so clever.
And so easy and so simple.
Now, would this dry so we could use it next year?
Possibly your conifer may go a little bit brown, but again, it always adds to that rustic look. This will dry as well, depending on where you keep it, really. So I literally just leave it out in the open and just let it dry, and then once it's dry, put it away, bring it back out.
Because I have one of your wreaths
You
from last year, and it looks amazing. That's why I suddenly thought, oh,
gorgeous.
I wonder. I don't think you can have enough around the house. But also, if it dries, it'll be lighter, won't it? So maybe you could hang it off a light fitting or something.
It is a lot lighter once it's dried.
Susie says she's loving the demo. She's going to be watching again and making one. Need to forage the hedgerows on the dog walks.
Yep. Tree ivy, it's always a good one to use.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's got them little berries on it growing. I get very excited when I'm driving down the road. I just want to stop my car, get that knife out of my bag that I've been keeping in there all that time. So this is where you need to keep the knife and scissors in your bag at all time. You don't know what you're going to come across.
I always keep a little pair of fold-up scissors in the car, just because they're kind of safer, aren't they?
Yeah,
and then if the kids go rummaging in the old glove box, they're not going to do themselves an injury. But that, just in case, because you never know. Or if you know.
No, you never know. You might
If
want
you've
to
got
you might need to cut your seatbelt off.
You
You've driven into a
might.
ditch and you're trapped in the car.
But I've got one of those. Having rolled a car in the past, then I've now got one of those things that you can smash your window.
Oh yes. Apparently,
cut
I
your
hear
thingy.
that your headrests, when you pop it out, the two prongs at the bottom of your headrest are there, so you can put the window through. That is why they're shaped like that, where they're kind of like a little diamond shape. I watched a thing on that, and I was like, interesting to know if I ever go into a big lake of water in my car, off a bridge or something. But yeah, apparently so.
I never knew that.
It's a little hack.
I mean, let's hope that we never, ever have to use it. But
life does go in different directions for us all at some point. Just knowing them little knowledgeable things can save your life one day.
Of course it can. Of course it can. Yeah, no, I never knew. Thank you. Penny says that she sent her retired florist husband off to do more work on her extension as she's taken her iPad back to the sewing room. She's going to make a next run of Smarves for her Christmas presents. There you go.
My other half's older than me and he'll retire before me, so I want to teach him how to cook.
Well, that's sensible.
Yeah. Oh, just the thought of somebody else coming in from work and there's a dinner ready for me.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
I was up early this morning, slow cooker on.
What's your best recipe for slow cooking?
Just generally do a beef stew. It's just really easy, especially at this time of year as well. All you've got to do is literally fill it with water, stock, throw all your goods in, put the lid on, you get you've got a dinner. Yeah, it's really good. I just thicken it up a little bit with gravy once I get in and throw the dumplings in. Frozen.
Oh, hang on. Dumplings. Now
Frozen,
you're up in the ante. Okay.
I haven't got time for making fresh dumplings. I have done in the past, but these days it doesn't work out that way. Good old Aunt Bessie.
I don't think I would even know how to make a dumpling.
Oh, it's got to be a packet mix. I couldn't start weighing out flour and stuff. I'd get the levels all wrong, and
See, we never really had stews like that.
We'd have house bricks.
So it wasn't anything that kind of got passed on, because I never saw my mum make. We never really had stews.
My mum was quite a good cook because 7 of us.
Well, yeah.
There was always a
lots
pot
males.
of something going, or a shepherd's pie. She used to homemake all her pies and all that sort of stuff. So it was really nice to actually, hence the size of me. Cheers, Mum. But yeah.
It's all layers. It's all layers.
Yeah,
it's all good.
At the moment, yeah. But back then in the day, I did blame her. Well-fed children.
Easy Claire says that she just chucks it all in and hopes for the best.
Yeah.
You see, I've done that, and then no one will eat it apart from me.
Yeah, I've got a thing that I need to brown the meat before it goes in.
Do you have to?
You don't have to, I believe not, but it's just me how I've kind of always, because I always brown my mince before I do like a shepherd's pie or...
Oh, no, I just whack it in.
So I've just got this habit now of that, oh no, it's going to be browned.
Oh, no, just whack.
It's in there for about 8 hours, it's going to be cooked.
Oh, of course. I think it's more just so it looks a bit better.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's all it is.
Well, last time I did it and I just threw it in, the kids were like, oh, this meat looks a bit pink. I'm like, it's been in there 8 hours, it's cooked. Get it down, yeah.
You've spoiled them.
Yeah,
Susan never goes for a walk without bags and secateurs at this time of year.
Well done.
There you go.
See how this is coming together now, guys?
Oh, hang on. We will do when I change the old angle. If you drop it down onto the table.
Nearly there. Which way? Have we got that angle right?
That's looking good. Do you want it really, really close?
No.
Hey, look at that.
Look at that.
Oh, that's looking gorgeous.
Just doing that. You know, the different colours. I love the grey tones in the spruce.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Always makes it feel really Christmassy. So we should now be getting close to the end if you're making your wreath now.
Sorry, see, Alison takes, what does she do? She takes her clippers on the school pickup. Yeah.
Mine are all grown up now, so I'm past them days, unfortunately.
You could do the school run for your 5-year-old grandchild.
If I'm not at work, that'd be lovely. Yeah. I'd love that job.
Aww.
Swap any day.
Because you work with your daughter, don't you?
Yes.
So does that mean that she gets out early?
No. It means if she hasn't got a babysitter for the child, she comes in with her. Not getting the day off.
But that's how we learn, right?
It should be that way.
Should be the next generation.
She loves coming in. She's like, Nana, I can't wait till I can make you tea and I'll sweep the floor. And
amazing.
This is sounding pretty good to me. But she's out there with the hose pipe, filling the buckets up.
Oh, good girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's her favourite bit to do.
So my daughter loves to help, and I do get told off for touching the fabric. She chose we do something on a Thursday called a half metre heaven, where you get a half metre of a designer fabric and then a half metre of plain that complements it, either matches it or just sets it off a treat. And Emily chose them all. She's 2. She chose all the colours.
Lovely.
And she just loves doing it, really, really, really. And she'll shift those bolts of fabric. She'll shift them all by herself.
She's like a mum. She's got an eye for it.
She's just ridiculously strong, small but mighty.
Yeah, they usually are. Right, nearly getting to the end now, and I'll show you how to kind of take off that end bit again. Very similar to how we did it before with the moss. Once we put that on.
Elizabeth says that her favourite is shepherd's pie and lemon meringue.
Oh, lemon meringue is my favourite. Anything lemon. I'm terrible. As soon as I go to a restaurant, I start looking at the desserts before the dinner.
I don't think that's wrong. And there are some places. Have you seen that place in Kenilworth that just does pudding?
Yes, there's quite a few around, isn't there?
Yeah.
Don't have to stay away from them. I'm on Slimming World. Got a wedding next year. Hopefully.
Yes, very excited about your wedding. See, this was the really small world thing, wasn't it? It turns out that my husband is actually catering your wedding.
Yes, he is.
And it's a very small world.
Got to chase one of his fine pizzas, which are the best, I've got to say. Right, changing the subject from food. When you're coming to the end, you kind of need to lift up the layer of the first bit. So we haven't got all them stems showing. So we're going to literally do that, keep it lifted up like that.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then go over it like that. And I'll probably need to put in just a little bit more, just so it's nice and covered.
Margaret says, re-breaking the glass. She says she worked at M&S in the 70s and they were taught to use the high heel to break the glass on the fire alarm. Wow. No advice was provided for the men.
leave them in there. Right, so it should all be covered up now. So we're at the point now where we've got that vine wire sort of hanging around. What do we do with it? So again, make sure it's pulled nice and tight, because it's important now that this bit is tight, because again, we don't want things dropping out of it.
No.
So we should be back to that point where we have the string, so they should meet. So they're kind of there. So we've gone all the way around.
Okay.
So we're going to take a bit of this out again, so it's nice and long. Cut it. And we're going to keep it nice and tight. We're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to do the blanket stitch.
Oh, yeah.
This is the blanket stitch bit. So we're going to take it through. Make sure you go through the middle, because again, we want to make sure that it's attached to that ring through the hole. And my hands are quite dry now, actually, so I can pull it. And then we're going to go through again. Through the middle.
You must get really sore hands.
It can be very daunting when you get to about your 50th ring.
Yeah. We have because fabric can be quite drying on the hands as well. We've got beautiful hand cream that Karen made especially for people that deal with fabrics. So you can still sew and it doesn't slip through.
Yeah, it's
the needle
amazing
doesn't slip through.
It can do that to you, the fabric and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with this, you know, the eucalyptus and stuff and the spruce and that, when you're pulling bits off, it can really get into your pores and your skin.
But if you wear gloves, you don't get the same feel though, do you?
I can't do it in gloves. There are a few people that I know that work in gloves. I have to feel with my skin. It's got to be skin touch.
I think if you are that tactile person, you do kind of need that.
You do.
So Heather says this looks amazing already.
Oh, brilliant. That is the back. So we've got the front bit here. So I like the fact where it's all floofy, is one of my words, and it's all just randomly splayed out. So you should all be tied off now. So you can cut it a little bit shorter, and again, tuck it round so the end bit is inside your moss, so we've got no sharp sticky out bits. And then, ta-da! We have a ring that is all greened up.
Is gorgeous.
So just without the bits to dress it, it can be really attractive anyway.
Even if you just put lights through there.
Oh yeah, anything you want.
Amazing.
I mean, that is your base. Once you've got this base, it's good to go with anything you really. I know we're doing a traditional wreath today, but yeah, you can just do whatever you want. Baubles, you know, stars, berries, whatever you want to do.
So I didn't realise. I'm still reading from the fact that it's the moss that keeps everything.
Kind
of
nice
going
and fresh. I mean, if you feel it now, it probably has got that dampness to it. If your moss does dry out, just spritz it, give it a little massage. Don't over soak it because it's really sloppy when it gets too wet. And then just, you know, then put it on there. So if your moss is a bit dried out, you know, in transit, I don't know if the...
What are you doing, dear? I'm just massaging the moss. It's fine.
It's like kneading dough. Your husband will know about that.
Yeah, that's his department.
Yeah.
Susan says, various ways for dumplings. I love this. Everybody always knows. I learn so much from our shows. Flour, fat, butter or suet. So that's what you can use.
Yeah, I know the suet has got to be there.
Pinch of salt, mix with water to a dough, 20 minutes or about 4 minutes in the microwave.
Right, so you've all probably had the same quantity of what I've used, and you can see I have got bits left over, so you should have plenty. So if you haven't, it's probably because you've bunched it very tightly together, you know, on the on-joining pieces where you've clustered the little bunches of it together.
You've got a bit too mad.
Yeah, so if that is the case, maybe, like I said, go forage a little bit, add it in, you know, if you feel like that you want it quite like that.
If you think that you might be one of those people, would it be worth just splitting stuff up into like quarters, and then you know that by the time you get quarter of the way round...
Good idea, yeah.
You should be...
Yeah, maybe do that. You should be at that point then of that, you've used that and going round.
Because, that's kind of what we do with sewing, is we quarter stuff off.
That's a good idea, actually.
To make sure that we stay level.
Mm-hmm. So moving all that out of the way, we can move on to dressing.
I mean, I'm just impressed you didn't whack it on the floor because, you know, that's been done.
Yeah, off it goes. Right, so you will have a pack of wires in there. We've probably given you a few too many because I'd rather have too much than not enough. You'll have your bag of goodies. I'm going to pull that out. So I can't remember if I've sent the cinnamon already tied or whether you've got the cinnamon with the raffia.
Well, someone can tell us. Guys, is it pre-tied or not? Just let us know. Drop us a little message and let us know.
If it is loose and there is raffia in the bag, because I would have made sure that they had that, it's literally just about putting them together with the two, tying it in a little knot.
So
it's
you
as
just
simple
do two?
As that. Yeah, you can do three, but generally two's kind of enough. It's generally how you'll see it. If you do three, sometimes it can be a bit clumpy.
Yeah.
But
I did try three, and then I had to glue them together because they wouldn't stay in.
So it can be a bit tricky. But if you've done it many a times, then it'll be absolutely fine. So you should have some poppy seed heads. I don't know if the girls will give me a slightly different kit, but it doesn't matter because everything's going to be pretty much very similar to it.
There are poppy seed heads in there?
Yeah. Oh, I think you might have a bauble and maybe an apple or two. I think your guys have got mainly what's on there. They've been a bit stingy with me, I think. I'm like, actually, yeah, they put it all in your box, Natasha. So you might have some bits that are like this that are already, no, you've got berries and stuff, but they've given me these anyway. So what I'll show you is, first of all, wiring the bits.
Oh, the cinnamon's loose. There you go.
Yeah. So literally just put the two together and just tie it with a bit of the raffia that's on there. You should have some, and it should be good to go. Because you're literally just going to take the wire through the back of the cinnamon, and again, just kind of twist it a little bit.
Twisty thing.
Yeah, it is a bit stiffer, this wire, because you want it to go in your wreath. You don't want it falling out.
Right.
So, I mean, the bine wire is a lot softer.
Is this rose wire? No.
This is stub wire.
Stub wire. It's all got different names. I'm learning.
The things you have to remember.
Because it was the rose wire that we used for the felt. Do you remember I showed you the felt holly leaves that we made? And we put the rose wire through the middle so that we could manipulate them.
Yeah, it's very fine wire.
Yeah, really
The more delicate you go, the more you'll need that wire to be that bit finer. But with things like this, we need it to be pretty tough.
Okay.
First of all, you need to decide before we dress it where your bow is going to go. Some people like it so it is at the top here, hanging down. Right. Some people like it so it's on that bit here at the bottom. So it's personal preference again. See how you like to do it for yourself. I like it personally at the top here. So that's where my bow will be going. So we're going to leave a gap because obviously there's no point putting all your stuff there to be covered up by a bow.
So you don't do the bow first?
No, we'll do that last. Just leave a gap. You can put it on first just so you know as a guidance, but because I'm so used to doing it, I kind of like to space it out and do that. But it's up to you if you want to put it on first or whatever. So we've wired that cinnamon.
Yep.
So because I'm going to go from that point, so I'm going to take that into there. So you'll push it into the moss. You'll feel it going in. You may even, excuse me, feel the wire come out the back. If you do, turn it over, literally just get your finger on it, bend it like that and push it back into the moss so it's curled round, and that will anchor it to stop it falling off. So that's always a good way to do that.
Yeah.
So we just literally anchor it back on. So it's like doing a hook, basically. So if you do that, it's not going to fall off your wreath.
Yeah. Especially if it's going on the door, then every time.
Throat's gone a bit dry.
Do you want some water?
If you've got one, I'll take a water.
I can.
And again, we're going to just pop that back on. Whether you put it around the back or the front, I tend to put it around the back of the tied knot. I like the tied knot on show. Just gives it a little bit of. Again, we're just going to twist the wire.
I'm going to ask Gemma if she can just grab us a fresh glass.
That's all right.
We've got water, we just haven't got the glass. She'll be watching. She'll come. There's just a little delay between it going out and it reaching everybody else. So
I'm kind of going to opposite them because I kind of like, some people like to do a little cluster of one thing there, a little cluster here. It really does depend.
But this is where it personalises.
You're going to make it to how you like it to look. Perfect. I'm just showing you the basics so you can work from it, and then you can decide how and where you want to place your bits. But I'm very one of these people that like everything to sort of synchronise and match, and that's got to go there because there's one over there. But everyone likes to do it differently. So that actually hasn't come out the back, so that's kind of gone a bit sideways into the moss, which is fine.
So if that happens, what do we do?
So it hasn't got to come out the back, but you'll feel it's tight, which means it's gone into the moss and it's caught something.
It's hanging
and it's caught something that's keeping it there nice and secure. So, cones. We're going to take this now. You'll see the wire should be long enough. Take it through the little
Do you want to do that on a close up for people to see? If I pop that there, look, there's your cinnamon as a
So we're going to take it, so get it right on the angle, through the little, I don't know, what would you call them? What are these little bits on the cone?
I guess they're seed heads, aren't they, really?
Take it through there so it kind of catches. It should sort of slide around. And again, take it over, put your thumb pressure onto that bit of wire, twist your cone. It's easier when it's something harder than trying to get that wire around. And it really won't come off as much as you want to shake it. It's there. You'll know it's tight enough. And again, same thing. I'm going to go around here, push it in. We've come out the back, so again, so you see, come out the back, so you see that wire there. So we're going to bend it like that, so it's hooked. I'm going to push it back up into the moss, so we've got nothing sharp sticking out. Really as simple as that. Try not to lose where your string is, because you'll get there and go, oh, I've covered the bit I really wanted to use. I always try and keep it in line, you know, from where my top is to my bottom. And again, we're going to go back through all these little...
That looks amazing. Just look at that. Doesn't that look just superb?
It's I love doing this, but it's very tedious, like, you know, with your hands and stuff. And I have to find that day where I've got that right frame of mind and think, right, I'm going to do wreaths today, and I'll just do loads of them.
What about your own home, decorating your own home? Does that get? Do you go crazy, or do you just?
No, I don't.
Or is it like
because,
busman's holiday?
Yeah, I'd love to go crazy, but I find that I have that much stuff that I try and just keep it classy, you know. And then my daughters will go, "You've got too much stuff," and I'm like, "It's Christmas, it's fine." But the later I put them up means the less I have to prolong of having it all around me, because then I'll just go, oh, when you're hoovering everything, you just feel like it's a mess still, because you've got all these bits everywhere. And
no, I understand that.
So at that point now, we've got that like that already.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Berries. You've probably got a berry cluster. Thank you. I'll just grab that. You've probably got a berry
jug
cluster.
of water there. There we are.
I think you've got berry clusters. I think you can use it as a whole. If you're really brave, you can pull things apart. It should be a bit like this. You can pull it down if you want to spread them out a little bit. Just might be a little bit trickier to do it. So I'm going to take a couple of clusters here. I have got a third cone here.
Okay.
So literally, I'm just going to wind that wire all the way around them. Thank you. I'll just grab that. Did I talk too much?
I mean, I'm not one to say that about anyone.
And again, we're just going to grab the end, push it through. That hasn't come out the back, so if you go sort of sideways a little bit, sometimes it tends to rather than go straight through, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's great.
I mean, I just love this shot. Look, can we just have a moment's appreciation for how beautiful this is looking already? Look at that.
Look at the cinnamon, the twirl. It looks like a flake, don't it, almost?
Oh, it does.
And it smells amazing. It really is proper cinnamon. You can really smell that lovely fragrance on it. Again, we've gone in. And because they're on wires, you can manipulate them a little bit and spread them out a little bit, look. There we go.
Oh,
Put a little sprig of them over there. I mean, most people that buy the kits that come in, they might pick up extra bits, you know, and think, oh, I really like that, I'm going to incorporate that in. And
but you might have the odd bit here and there, mightn't you?
yeah, loads of people have got a box knocking around and go, oh, I know what you want to put in any baubles, you know, if you've got some lights knocking around.
I've got some nice little, like, wooden snowflakes.
Yeah.
They'd look quite nice,
Really
just
nice.
threaded through as well.
Absolutely.
Elizabeth says, have you considered using jewellery making pliers for twisting the wire?
Yeah,
we said about that. I'm going to be.
We used them last year, actually.
Did you?
They were my colleagues. So this year we went out and brought bits similar, but they're a bit more robust. You can use them because we tend to break things. We're quite heavy-handed sometimes.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Diane says it's looking lovely. Was going to reuse last year's fake wreath, but now, yeah, there is something special about real, isn't there?
Something special about just having that fresh, lovely foliage. Right, okay, where's my thing? Yeah.
Oh, Susie's added to the dumpling recipe, and she says that if you add fresh or dried herbs to the dumplings as well, that's pretty special.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. I'm learning. These guys will teach me to cook because I'm...
Yeah, you come on for a totally different thing and we end up going home going, I'm making this today. See what I learned. So I'm going to shove these. These are already on wires anyway, which my lovely girls have given me to dress as well. Just going to shove them in. Like I say, you can use anything. So if you have got bits knocking around at home and you think, oh, that looks lovely in it, go for it. Just pop it in. And again, the same thing with the baubles. Take the end bit off the bauble that's got the little loop on, because what you'll find is if you go through the whole of that little loop for the bauble and you pop it in, they pop off. When you take that bit off, you'll have a ridge around the ring of the actual bauble. So take the wire around that, and then that will make it tight again, and that will stop it coming off the bauble. So that's a good tip as well.
That's
people tend to go through the loop and they just always pop off and you're like, oh my God, my baubles come off. No, it won't come out that way. It's really good.
You don't want to be losing your balls everywhere, do you? That's not
There's
good.
two ways to do the orange slice.
Okay.
Some people will go through the middle bit and do a
Right.
little hook over there. I like to go through the rind because I find the rind that is what will stop it from slipping off.
Okay. And also
So
then
same
it's going to
thing.
hang at a nice angle, isn't it?
Yeah. So through the rind, which is
Do you want to
always
go
better.
on a close-up for
Yeah,
that? There we
let's do
go.
that.
Let's drop it down. Oh, look at
Like
those.
that, like that. So we go through it like that, and then it will stop it sort of slipping.
Very good.
Again, pop it through. That has kind of come out the back, so we're going to do the same thing again. Hook it round and push it in. Love orange slices on these sort of things.
Do you know, it's not often that I get to use this close-up to such great effect, but I'm a little bit obsessed with that shot right now. That looks so good.
I know.
It looks so gorgeous.
Really, really clear as well.
Yeah.
You're going to pop that in there. I think you've all got some poppy seed heads as well. Now you won't need to wire them generally.
Or can they just be shoved in?
Yeah, you can just cut them down. If you find it just stick out the back, just give it a little snip at the back. It's really quite soft there, but it's strong enough to sort of put
Yeah.
through.
They're lovely. Again, it's adding to that rustic charm,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is. Love poppy seed heads.
Now, don't forget that we've got some of these on the website. If you want to, we can send them out, and you can. I mean, you just have them a couple of days later.
Yeah.
If you've if you've decided that your fake wreath from last year just ain't going to cut it anymore.
Yeah, now you've seen what you can do.
Yeah.
You can feel it's quite tight and it kind of tugs on there. So, right, I think we're pretty much down to last bits now. Kind of adding your bow. I've got one spare cone, so let's use it.
Yeah, go in for it. Oh, see, Claire's taken a screenshot of the close-up because it was that beautiful.
I know.
I mean, I'd like to be able to...
Screensaver.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
Christmas screensaver,
yeah,
what great idea.
lovely.
Or print it off and have them as Christmas cards.
This one, I don't know what's happened to this, but it's kind of looking like it's going to do a nosedive. See how just randomly this just kind of grow?
But yeah, I reckon that
It's
must have
kinda
grown
cute.
with a branch or something in
Yeah.
its way, so it's just gone round it.
It's cute. Often, it's really silly actually, because I often feel sorry for things and I go, oh, I can't leave it. Just got to put him in. He's at home.
Is it like the wonky carrots that you can get?
Yes, love a wonky carrot. Right, so obviously, like you know, my bit at the top is left open. We should now be looking
Oh, that is gorgeous.
like this. There's two ways of doing a bow as well. I won't
Okay.
show you the other way because it is quite complex. You probably will struggle with it. So I'm just going to do just the normal simplistic way
Okay.
to sort of take it through.
I'm
I'm going real floristry terms. Natasha, I'll show you at a later date. So take it round the back.
Don't show me what you think I'd manage.
We'll take it round the back. Mine's going at the top. So if you are going for the top, you will need to take it through your string. So did we get that?
Oh,
Because
through the
obviously-
middle of the
Yeah,
string,
because
okay.
obviously you want it to sort of be in line with that. And then you'll
Yeah.
know then the actual central point.
Yeah.
So
makes
then
sense.
literally just take it round. Probably lift up a bit of your greenery. Get it to the base of it. You may have a little bit extra. So if you've got tails, you can take it through the back of the wreath.
Oh, so just bend
Yeah,
it in a
it's
bit.
just a case of manipulating it. Sometimes you're either a bow girl or you're not. Some people really struggle with a bow. So just tie it how you feel comfortable with and what suits you.
So I'm going to be honest. I have a bow maker
do you?
to make some of the most amazing
Wow.
bows, but I wouldn't be able to wrap it around first. It would be like the finished thing, and I'd then have to wire it
Yeah.
in. So I'd have to put the wire through the back of the bow. But then you can make multi-level bows and all
Yeah.
sorts. So whilst I might not manage fancy schmancy complex bows,
I did not bring my material scissors. Sometimes floristry scissors don't really, because I've been using these, but generally I've got some really good scissors for ribbon back at the shop, but I haven't brought them.
is it wired ribbon, that one?
There's wire on the edges, but obviously this bit's of material. I'm just trying to say, to finish it
Because
off.
you know we've got some fabric scissors knocking about behind you.
You can't touch wire with them, can you?
No,
You'll
I know,
blunt
that's why
them. Yeah. This is what I say to the girls at work. I'm like, do not use them for anything but the ribbon.
Yeah. No, we all know that one. Ooh.
But I kind of get to that point where you just grab on because it gets a bit frustrating. So I'm just trying to basically angle my bow just to finish it off. But obviously you ladies are going to have some lovely scissors that's going to give you a nice straight cut. Do you know what, I'm going to leave that though. I'll do that, I'll finish it off. So anyway, so it'll be nice that, it'll be nice, nice line. I managed to get through that one. So it's a nice little vertical. And then, ta-da! We have a beautiful dress wreath that should look pretty similar to that one on the wall.
Yay!
Synchronised wreaths.
It only
Twins.
does, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fab.
So there we go.
That's superb. Oh, Paula, thank you so much. I'm
You're
just going
welcome.
to enjoy that little
problem.
shot there.
Now I don't need to make one to go on my own door. Because I've
You've
done
done
it
it.
now. I've done
You've
it.
done it.
I've done it.
Perfect.
So yeah, there
You
we go.
see?
So you probably still got some spare wires and stuff. So hang on to them for next time when you do them. Put them somewhere safe.
You've got a lot of wire left there.
Well, these are really cheap to buy. So, well, there was a shortage of them last year. We couldn't get them. They
Really?
were going on eBay for stupid money. And I was like, oh my God, I can't buy them at that, you know. But yeah, hang
So
on
this
to
year
it.
you
It's
stocked
really
up.
useful for other stuff as well. But yeah, if you plan to do this again, always keep these.
So, Paula, my question is, 12th night when everything comes down and the house looks really bare and a bit,
Yeah.
what are we going to make to put up for then?
We can do an Easter wreath. You can actually make people do Easter wreaths, and we put all Eastery stuff all over it. Again, same thing. Dry
Nice.
materials. Let's use loads of dry stuff. Make it really nice. Lots of wheat going in there, and different sort of foliages. Some eucalyptus. We can do all that.
Okay.
So, yeah, that'd be
So
something.
does that mean that you'll come back?
Yeah,
in
we'll
the
come back.
Springtime.
Spring basket. You know, bulbs.
Nice.
Yeah, nice spring flowers,
So
hyacinths.
I tell you what, we'll put together how to make the baskety bit,
That's a good idea.
and then you show us how to fill it.
Okay, it's
It's
a plan.
deal. It's a
So
deal.
you might see me again, guys.
Oh, Paula, thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you
been
for having me.
amazing.
It's been really lovely.
Last foodie tip: horseradish sauce in the dumplings and your Yorkshire puds.
Nice.
I'm so hungry
I
now.
don't know, I haven't even got skip breakfast. So no, it's great.
Oh, Paula, thank you, thank
You're
you,
welcome.
thank you. And I will that go on your door? Tell me that'll go.
It might probably end up in the shop and get sold, and I'll have to do another one.
No.
I'm doomed. It's all about time. It's like, do you know what? Just take that one. So
Oh,
no.
well, thank you so much.
You're
I'm not
welcome.
going to keep you because I know
That's all right.
that you've got a whole shop and
Yeah,
you'll
got to get
probably
back to it.
open your phone and have a gazillion messages.
I know.
But thank you, thank you, thank
You're
you.
welcome. It's
Um,
been lovely.
Everybody says, oh, top stuff, very lovely. What a super demo. Really enjoyed the wreath making. Thank you so much. Very clever and they look beautiful. Michelle says, thank you so much. Thoroughly enjoying herself. There you go.
Marvellous.
Lovely. Thank you,
Right.
everybody.
Thank you.
I'm going to close the show with, are we going to leave that on the table just for a last final shot of beautifulness? Go on, pop
Go
it on
for
the
it.
table. There. Yeah.
that looks lovely.
Beautiful.
Little
I will see
flicker
you
of,
all
orange coming
tomorrow. We'll have Tilda scrap bags and brand new Lewis and Irene. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.